Jim the Ape, wake up, see bullshit. Jim the Ape, start to rant. Jim the Ape hears disagreements from stupid humans who can't. They say Jim the Ape very oppressive and his ideas suck. His arguments are problematic, but he don't give a fuck. Jim the Ape think maybe feminists wanna grow up and get over themselves. Jim the Ape will say it out loud. Jim the Ape's an asshole and proud. Jim the Ape hates stupid. Jim the Ape hate SJWs. Jim the Ape, very simple ape with big, normal, and working brain. Jim the Ape want proof. Jim the Ape want proof. Hello again, humans. It is I, Jim the Ape, and today is my 1-year anniversary. Yes, 1 year ago today, on October 4th, 2015, I uploaded my terribly unwatchable first video about Christian billboards. And I like to think I've come a long way since then. So to celebrate, I decided to hold a Twitter poll to let my followers decide what kind of video this would be. The choices were a lazy highlights video, another response video, a serious topic video, and as a joke, the fourth option was that I should make a noose and hang myself. Well, I should have known that last one would win, and it did, with 57% of the vote. So, I guess this video will be my last. But you know what they say, give the people what they want. Well, it's been fun, but I guess it's over now. Goodbye. Okay. Well, that didn't work. I guess that's what I get for not knowing how to tie a noose properly, and for using a very thin and very weak collection of beaded chains hanging from a ceiling fan instead of a rope. Oh well, I guess I have to go with the runner-up then, which was a lazy highlights video, with 33% of the vote. This will be a chronological collection of clips from my first video to my most recent guest video for Otterface, which had to be re-uploaded due to technical issues that I may or may not have been responsible for. I've skipped most of my monologue videos as I feel my best moments come from direct responses. And this 13-minute long highlight reel contains jokes, songs, and rants alike. So, without further ado, enjoy. Greetings, fellow primates. I am Jim the Ape.
No, you can't touch my hair.
I don't want to touch your hair. I don't want to touch anybody's hair. Touching people's hair is weird. Besides, we apes have more of it than you humans, so if anything, you should want to touch ours. But don't do that. We don't like to be touched. And of course, Sharon Osbourne tried to justify that she was laughing, but, oh, it's different because it's floppy. Fuck you.
Now, I'm not saying that a female passenger on a metro has never just openly started masturbating to a man.
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, flick that fucking taco on that bus. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so fucking hot. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, now I have to change seats and notify the bus operator.
Okay, government, if you don't want me to bleed everywhere, don't put taxes on my tampons.
And if you don't want men to bleed everywhere, don't force them to sign up to potentially be sent into a war zone against their will, where they may be shot at and or have limbs blown off. It might also help to not allow their parents to cut off part of their genitals without their consent.
How about this? Instead of calling somebody faggot or trying to...
Fucking tranny faggot. See, it's a well-known fact about human psychology that when you tell someone not to say or do something, and don't give a reason why, all you're really doing is making them want to say or do that thing more. So I guess it's a good thing you didn't tell people not to call anybody a nigger.
Why don't you just pick up a book or an article just to educate yourself?
Deltas are open-minded individuals who believe in change.
Fucking evolutionists.
If you've ever called out racism, sexism, ableism, or any other oppressive ism, you've probably been accused of being too PC.
It's funny you should say that, because I and a number of the YouTubers that I listen to and respect have spent quite a great deal of time calling out an oppressive ism, and not a single one of us has ever been accused of being too politically correct for doing so. Can you guess what that ism might be? I'll give you a hint. It starts with femin.
Similar to the new term social justice warrior, calling someone PC is a way to derail and dismiss conversations about inequality.
You mean like demonizing the term MRA? Or calling someone a racist? Or a misogynist? Yeah, feminists and social justice warriors totally don't do that. And with regards to feelings, fuck your feelings. Fuck my feelings. Fuck everyone's feelings. Feelings don't matter.
Or how to make my lips softer and more like a graveyard, untouched, and where grown men go when they feel dead inside.
There you have it, folks. A graveyard is sexy. I've tried to dissect it, but still, it's just vexing. Anyway, cemeteries don't just house dead grown men. Could that just be the fantasy you have for them?
Blaming men once again for the collective actions of women.
There are no collective actions of women. Women are not a collective. Do you think that women are just the Borg? Because they're not the Borg.
It's an Egyptian culture. It's in Viking culture. You'll see in like Victorian culture that there is information about them having dreadlocks too. Like, it's everywhere. It's not something that is just part of the colored community.
The homeless stoner has a point, and he brings up some good historical examples. Many different people from many different cultures around the world have had hair that looked like a mange-infested mop head. But you know what? The most famous person for having dreadlocks would have to be Bob Marley. And would the man who wrote One Love really be bothered if a white dude had the same hair as him? I don't think so. I think he smoked way too much weed to care about such trivial shit.
Hey, science!
Sweet baby Rhesus, you've busted my ears. Like I've rocked out to death metal for 50 odd years. Screaming like a toddler in need of a booster. Come to think of it, you remind me a lot of a rooster.
Hey, science! It would be cool if you just, backed off for a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's all halt technological advancement because you think that biological study is a form of harassment. And when the natural disasters come from unhindered global warming, you'll be crying in your safe space that there was no trigger warning.
We need to talk about how widespread myths and disbelief protect abusers and allow them to keep on abusing others.
Exactly. Like the myth that almost all rape victims are women, or the myth that prison rape is okay, or the myth that when a woman statutorily rapes an underage boy, that he must have wanted it. And by extension, it's not as bad as when a man statutorily rapes an underage girl. Those are some myths that sure do need to be dispelled, Lacey.
I also ask myself, why is it that so many YouTubers don't spend the time to set up a camera and to show their beautiful faces to the public to spout their opinions?
Because not everyone is as full of themselves as you are, you narcissistic cunt muffin.
My real name is Falco von Falkner.
That sounds like a James Bond villain, which is appropriate because you look like one. Also, Amadeus, 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 Amadeus. Oh, 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 Amadeus.
But I had a lot of people coming to my channel wanting to know why I said all white people are racist.
Because you're an ideologically indoctrinated moron with no real-world experience and you came across some Black Lives Matter style anti-white racists on the internet and were gullible enough to believe them?
Do you owe reparations? Absolutely.
I disagree. I don't think you owe this Dennis Rodman meets Richard Simmons Saturday morning cartoon villain anything.
Hey!
Holy shit, it's Pee Wee Herman.
So you heard it here. If you are ready, if you are white, male Saxon, okay, totally skin complexion individual, saltine American.
If you're a shit-skinned black supremacist male flamer with a clown hairdo and a voice like Al Sharpton on helium.
Once, my dad informed me sexism is dead and reminded me to always carry pepper spray in the same breath.
This poem should be called A Thing Happened to Me Once. And don't appropriate Andy Worski's stutter, you cunts. Yeah, sexism isn't dead. It also goes in both directions. But you only call it sexism when it involves a man's erection.
You see feminazis, which are extremists, and your fucktard brain mixes that up with regular feminists.
It's pronounced Nazi, you ass-faced twat waffle.
And no, I don't actually think that understanding where a dominant position is coming from is absolutely necessary to dismantling that dominant position.
That is a lot of ideological doublethink horseshit to justify your own lack of empathy for others, while demanding that others empathize with you. You are a two-faced, snot-nosed, hypocritical cunt of the highest order. Because fuck empathy for men's problems. You need to have empathy for the poor, precious women who get told they're attractive by men who they don't think are the same. But don't you dare tell me to feel bad for the millions of innocent babies who were thrust into a world that immediately ripped a part of their skin off and thought it was totally okay. Fuck you! I don't know or care what your name is. You're a hypocrite, a spoiled brat, and a hateful little cunt. I know you're young, and you could one day realize the error of your ways, but until that day, you can fuck right off. I've been here too long. The conversation peaked when you almost choked on your drink. I've been here too long, listening to you dribble on. I'm listening, so please go on.
And I know this is quite explicit.
Explicit my ass, cunt. You're being fucking clinical as shit right now.
We demand radical transformation to heal a long history of systemic racism so that all Americans have the equal right to live and to pursue happiness.
I keep on banging up and down on the desk with my head. I never wanted so much to be dead.
But they're not really feminists.
Oh aye, the no true Scotsman fallacy that is. You've committed a very common fallacy, milady. Just because a member of your group does something you don't like doesn't make them not a member of your group. That is the only time you will ever hear me say the word milady, I promise.
For there's a fire in your belly and you say that I lit the match.
It's been quite a while since I consumed ghost pepper, so my stomach's not ablaze. In fact, it's feeling quite better. So I'll say it once again, though you may think I'm a liar, but my last name isn't Morrison, and you don't light my fire.
That I'm useless, unless I do oral.
I agree. Oral is not necessary for those who wish to fuck. But if you offered it to your partner, ironically, that wouldn't suck.
Your eyes leaving scorch marks as you think how good I will look when you are the first to have my clothes on your floor.
Scorch marks from my eyes? Holy shit, I'm Superman! But couldn't I just use X-ray vision on you then? Like I said, keep your clothes where they are. I don't want them on my floor. If you were in my living quarters, I'd be showing you the door.
To say nothing of the Republican nominee being the cheerleader starting in 2011 for the hideous and just outwardly racist birther movement.
The birther movement started in the year 211? I thought that shit was about Obama's birth certificate, but he wasn't even alive in 211. Illuminator confirmed!
Men who are angry
with the violence they see directed at women.
Fuck you! It's not that I support violence against women. Far from it. In fact, I say fuck you because violence against women, even if it's not actually violence, is the only kind of violence you care about. You don't give a shit about men dying in wars, or men being victims of rape and domestic violence, or children being beaten by their mother, or even newborn babies being strapped to a table and subjected to genital torture. No, you only care about mean comments and verbal threats of violence sent anonymously over the internet in a way that it is physically impossible to cause actual physical damage. So for that, fuck you to eternity, you self-centered, narcissistic, sociopathic, egomaniacal, bitch, whore, cunt, slut, feminazi. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
400 years of oppression, of racially motivated oppression, does not go away. It does not disappear. Cause and effect, my dude. That shit still affects us to this day.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you're not retarded at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like this joke's been done before? How am I gonna be original about this? How am I gonna be original about this? And there you have it. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching the evolution of my channel so far, whether you've been with me from the beginning or if you just started watching me for the first time. I love entertaining you guys and making you laugh, making you think, and inspiring discussion about the issues I talk about. It's been a humbling experience over the past year, gaining just over 800 subscribers in such time, which to me is truly amazing. Though admittedly, it's not as meteoric a rise as other channels, but then again, I'm not exactly as talented or entertaining as the content creators that I'm thinking of there, at least not in my opinion. So, all things considered, I've done very well so far. And at the end of the day, I'm still having fun, so I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So, thanks for all the support. I truly appreciate every single one of you. And, as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. If you didn't, fair enough, that's what the thumbs down button is for. Let me know what you think about my content in the comments section below, and if you have any tips to help me improve, maybe next year there will be even more highlights. If you're not subscribed to me already, please do, and if you are, please make sure to turn notifications on, because YouTube is being a piece of shit and making people jump through extra hoops. And of course, you can follow me on various social media sites, and if you really like what I do, you can support my work on Patreon. As I've said before, every little bit helps. But that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time. Stay great, apes.